Some people will advise you to keep to the 3-act structure. Some people will say the 3-act structure is boring. Others will say that you shouldn't write voiceover. And others will say that your character should change by the end. All these opinions are just that, opinions. But when it comes to writing a screenplay, you can do whatever you want. You are the master creator with a blank page. And I would say that there are no rules, but I think there's just one. A screenplay needs to be in screenplay format. And in this video, I'm going to show you what that looks like. My name's Vincent. I make tips and training videos. My name's Vincent. I make tips and training videos to help you tell stories anywhere and become a better all-around filmmaker. And this screenwriting tip is all about proper format. So a screenplay needs to look like a screenplay. If it doesn't, it's just going to get thrown out or disqualified, and you're really not going to be taken seriously. Bad formatting will distract from your story and only hold you back. A screenplay is not written in the same style as a novel or a play. It's more vertical with a lot of white space along the sides. It's meant to be read very quickly. 1 page equals roughly 1 minute of screen time. Using Amazon Storywriter, a program that I walk through in another video that I'll link in the description, I'm going to show you this screenplay format. And it's basically, you know, a long list of scenes broken down into beats that make up the whole movie. So let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to create a new script here. It's going to be very vertical. Things are going to be stacked on top of each other with a lot of white space, and that's meant so it can be read very quickly. Okay, so we're going to start with transition. So a transition is a cut between two scenes. It's not always needed between scenes. However, if a character passes out, you might want to fade to black. So examples like that where it's necessary to the story is when you'll use a transition. And you put those right along the side here. So if you're working in Amazon Storywriter, actually, the best thing about this, it formats it for you. But it's great to understand why it's putting things where. And then it's going to go to scene heading. So scene heading, super important. It tells you where you are, literally living room, night. So INT means interior, so we're inside. The scene is inside. And then I just signify where we are by Vincent's living room, and then this is the time of day. You could have exterior Vincent's garage day. So what that would mean is, we're outside of my garage and it's daytime. But we'll stick with this. Okay. So far, we've done a transition. The beginning of the movie is kind of an important transition, so you throw a fade in there, and then that's off to the side. And then you have your scene heading, all caps right here. I'm going to press enter, goes to an action scene. So what that means is the descriptors, what is going on, what you see happening. So we're going to say Vincent rifles through the couch. He breathes heavily, hands on his hips, turned upside down. So there's an action paragraph. We can kind of see what the character of Vincent is sort of thinking through his actions, literally. We want to avoid things like Vincent feels stressed out. That doesn't really give the reader a very visual interpretation of how he's feeling. Is kind of just spelling it out. That's like what you do in a novel. But in a screenplay, you want to be very literally action oriented. That's why they call it an action paragraph. So the fact, I'm rifling through the couch cushions, breathing heavily, from hands on my hips, that's a clear sign of I've been at this for a long time. The place is turned upside down. I'm very stressed out. So we've set the scene, and now, but real quick, Amazon Storywriter, it formats it for you. It's like your co-writer. Vincent, all I did was click tab, and it went over to the character element type. And what that is, it says who is about to speak. Vincent is about to speak. I hit enter, it goes to dialogue. In a play, you have the character, a colon, and then their line. But here, it goes character, up top here, sort of centered, and then the dialogue is indented a little further in from the scene heading and the action paragraphs, right over here. And it's very easy to read. Like I said, it's made to be lightning quick to read. Katie, the start of the next action paragraph, aligned on the left here. She's gorgeous even when she's mad. I love you, sweetie. Katie is my wife, by the way. I'm going to give myself a parenthetical now. Now, as you can see, it's underneath the dialogue, and what a parenthetical is, it's sort of indented even more closer toward the character line. And what a parenthetical is, it's kind of like a bonus descriptor that will give the actor that's playing Vincent more of an idea of how to deliver a line or where the character is coming from when delivering the line. That's why it's between the character and dialogue. It's sort of just for that line. It could be snaps. So like, what the hell are you doing? I can't find the freaking remote. Katie, again, you want to have very short paragraphs when you do action. I'll have another video on that, on how to kind of write very effective, intriguing action paragraphs that make your entire script readable at the pace it needs to be. Looks up, embarrassed. Boom. Okay. I'm going to say that's the end of the scene. So like I said, a screenplay really is just a breakdown of scenes in a row. Scene heading establishes where you are and when. Then you have action paragraphs describing what's going on. And then you've got your character, dialogue, some more action, character, dialogue, character. You can do a parenthetical to get more specific on how someone should deliver a line. More dialogue, action, character, dialogue, action. Like, that's how these scenes go, just like that. It's that simple. Amazon Storywriter, Celtic's Final Draft, they all do this for you automatically, but like I said, you want to know where stuff goes and how it should go. So there's page one of our little silly story there. We had everything from a transition up at the top to scene headings. We're inside, outside, and we had some dialogue in there. We established where we were, what's going on. So that will really get you started. These are the big things. There's a lot more nuanced things where, like montage. There's different ways to do things like that, and I'll make a series of videos covering all of those in these screenwriting tips. So if you stay tuned, you can catch all of those to kind of really dive into the formatting and do these sort of special things whether it's flashbacks or voiceovers, that kind of thing. But this is the very base format, and this will give you a way to put your story down and not have people looking at you like you're an amateur and throw your script out because it's just a jumbled mess of words. Thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up. Let me know what scripts you guys are working on. I want to hear about it. And let me know if you have any formatting questions or any other screenwriting related questions or queries. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like to keep up with more screenwriting tips like this, as well as other filmmaking videos. Share, comments. I want to hear from you guys. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.